Hello, everybody. Welcome to the big show. My name is Mickey, and this is Mickey in the Middle, the quintessential show for all middle Americans, where all middle Americans are welcome. It doesn't matter where you've been, where you're going, just matters that you're here right now with us. Just want to say thank you very much. I really appreciate everybody showing up every night. I really do. I've been thinking a lot about stuff, and we're going to share that on this show. We don't worry about the 20% of the crazies on the right. We don't care about the 20% of the crazies on the left. We just want good common sense discussions so that we can find the solutions to the problems that ail our country. So let's get in this tonight. We're going to talk about the district attorney in San Francisco. We're going to talk about the start of Gay Pride Month getting off to such a wretched and horrible start. And we're also going to talk about new legislation that has been proposed and passed in the House of Representatives. We're going to start with that in just a second. As soon as we get finished with the Mickey in the Middle Comment Olympics, and congratulations to Susie, gold medal, Go Bull. Congratulations, Susie. That is absolutely awesome. Congratulations on being number one, winning the gold medal tonight. And then down we go to Mark Calcaterra with the number two position. That means that Mark is a silver medalist tonight. And that's Mark Calcaterra. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you being here. Mark is also the fact checker on the show. He does the Google search faster and better than anybody I've ever seen, and keeps me straight if I say something wrong, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. And then coming in with the bronze medal, third place is Darla Joe Stewart Bennett, the only lady on the show that makes comments with the four names, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate her being here. So hi, everybody. Welcome to the big show. So without further ado, let's get with what is happening in the country. This just happened within the last few hours. Let's go ahead and do this. Looks like the House of Representatives up in Congress has passed a gun control bill after the Buffalo and Uvalde mass shootings. Now, why is this important? Well, I would like to give you my opinion on mass shootings in America. They're bad. I think that out of everybody in the United States of America, I can honestly say that 100% of the people in the United States of America agree that mass shootings are bad. It doesn't matter whether they're in a church, it doesn't matter whether they're in a school, a public building, a hospital, on the streets, in somebody's home, in a field. It doesn't matter. Let's just all agree that mass shootings are bad. Second thing that we all need to kind of come to terms with are that we have guns in the United States of America. We have them. It's not a theoretical thing. It's not any fiction. We have guns in America. And a lot of people in the United States of America are unbelievably good, law-abiding citizens that do no wrong and only want to have the ability to defend themselves or to own firearms for recreational activities. So it's the defense of them or for recreational activities. So I got a friend of mine whose daughter is perennial top 5 shooter in the United States of America. She does it for fun. She shoots thousands and thousands of rounds every single month. She travels across the country. She competes, and they have to build an entire shed behind their house just to put the number of trophies that Kayla wins on a regular basis because she is that good and she does recreational shooting. She is also a sweetheart. She's an unbelievable human being. She's been shooting since she was a tiny tot, and she happens to be one of the best women shooters in the United States of America. I shoot recreationally myself. I also have firearms for defense. So with those two things in mind, number one, mass shootings are bad. Number two, guns are a fact of life in the United States of America. And millions upon millions of law-abiding citizens have firearms in their house. Now, if you use that as a starting point, then you know that somewhere inside of the conversation between getting rid of all guns and keeping guns available to law abiding citizens, in there is risk. And inside of risk means that we have to accept the simple fact that a gun is a tool or a recreational item that can be used for good or bad. And what we're trying to do is we're just trying to get rid of the bad parts of guns. Any tool can be misused. Any tool can be misused. So I would like to say, I am so glad that we are talking about this on a national level, because I believe that without discussion, without understanding both sides of the issue, we will never, ever resolve the issues that face us about crime. Now, a lot of people have been thinking about this for a really, really, really long time. So they go, well, Uvalde shooting just happened, and there has not been enough time to do an investigation on mass shootings. So why is Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats putting anything out about guns or gun legislation? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because this has been facing us since Kent State. It's been facing us since Dallas shootings, since the Houston shootings, since the Virginia Tech shootings, since Las Vegas. This has been on a lot of people's minds for a really, really long time. It's been bothering me. It always bothers me when somebody dies at the hands of a gun, if it is not in self-defense, or even if it's the police shooting at each other. I don't want criminals to have guns, and I don't want to be able to take guns away from the police or law-abiding citizens. So a lot of people have been thinking that's for a really, really long time. And here's what the thing is, and I'm going to show you evidence of what I am about to say in the next few minutes. I'm going to show you a great example of people doing the right thing, even though they originally do a dumb thing. That means that they might not be as stupid as we think they are. And I'm going to get to that in just a second, but this is the second example I'm going to use. So let's talk about what Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats passed on a party line vote today in the House of Representatives. The House passed a wide-ranging gun control bill on Wednesday in response to recent mass shootings in Buffalo, New York, and Uvalde, Texas, that would raise the age limit for purchasing a semi-automatic rifle and prohibit the sale of ammunition magazine with a capacity of more than 15 rounds. Here is the article I'm reading from. This is coming from Yahoo News, and I just read this first paragraph right here. Raising the age limit to 21 and limiting or prohibiting the sale of ammunition magazines with a capacity of more than 15 rounds. Some people are going to say that's a good start. Some people are going to say it's a good start. Some people are going to say that a child's brain is not fully developed until they're well into their 20s, and therefore people cannot be expected to act reasonable or rationally before they're 21 years of age. I would like to talk to everybody about what is being an adult. We can procreate down to the age of 11 years old now. There were young ladies in my wife's school that were getting their periods when they were 11 years old and coming up to the office and saying, I don't know what's going on here, but this is not good. When women start menstruating when they are 11 and 12 years old, that means that procreation, the ability to get pregnant, is possible. I don't know how young men have viable sperm, but that is also very young. I'm not going to say it's personal experience, but maybe it might be. But the same example can be if you're going to say that the age of puberty is adulthood in the United States of America, we said that that is wrong. And we have said, all right, so we're going to raise the age that we consider somebody an adult to be the age when they get out of high school, which is 17 or 18 years old. And we're going to draw that line right at 18. Now, we used to be able to drink in the state of Louisiana at any age. Louisiana was the last state in the union to secure federal highway funds from the federal government. And the only requirement to secure the federal highway funds to repair the highways that went through Louisiana was you have to raise your drinking age to 21 years of age. Louisiana was last to do that. So everywhere in the country, they define age and adulthood at different ages. All of the states, some states say it's 16, some people say it's 18, some people say it's 21. I don't know. But we know that we can't drink until you're 21 for alcohol. All I'm saying is a debate has to be had about what the legal adult age is in the country, because that is variable. And whatever the vote comes out to, I'm cool with the vote. As long as you do not restrict access to the Second Amendment rights above that age. So once we first determine what is going to be an adult for this particular situation, I don't care whether it's 13, 15, 16, 18, 20, 21, 25, as long as above that age, Second Amendment rights are not. But that needs to be decided by the people. It doesn't need to be decided among 20% of the crazies on the right, 20% of the crazies on the left. We need to come up with a good, viable, robust discussion. And that's why this show exists, is to be able to have those discussions. Second thing, a magazine with a capacity of more than 15 rounds, that's a lot of rounds. I'm not going to say what the number of rounds that you should be able to have, but I've got thousands of rounds of ammo in my house right now because I have multiple styles of guns. And if I go to the range, I'm not going to bring 15 bullets. I'm going to bring a bunch of magazines, and I'm going to bring a bunch of bullets, and I'm going to load up those magazines, and I'm going to go shooting because I don't want to sit on the range and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 15. Bang, 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 and then 1, 2, 3. I know I'm going to load up all my magazines, whether it's 4, 10, 20, 50, because there's no limitation on the number of magazines you can have. So this is stupid. This is stupid. Trained in the United States military. Bang, 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 bang. Drop your clip, grab, slide. Bang, bang, bang. That's the way that a semi-automatic works. You can do the same thing with a long gun. Bang, 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 bang. You hit the little release, magazine drops out, you grab another one, slide it in, make sure it's in, release the slide, and you're back in business again. That's stupid. So on one of these, I'm glad that the Democrats have actually done this, but I'm also glad that the Republicans are saying, hey, wait a minute, we're going to go ahead and have a discussion about this, not only in the House of Representatives. What I didn't like about this in the House of Representatives is they didn't have any discussion on it. They said, hey, this is the bill. We're going to talk about this for 5 minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and do that. That's not a good discussion. That's a bad practice by the representatives in the House of Representatives and Nancy Pelosi. You should have a robust, you could have, as much as Congress does, you could have an entire week that's just dedicated to finding out what the proper age of adulthood is in order to do that. And then you can poll all the people. You can go, do you want 16? 17, 18, 20, 21? What age do you think that it's appropriate that somebody can have a semi-automatic weapon? But they can't lie about it. And that's one of the things about lying about this situation. People lie about the effectiveness of guns, about the different styles of guns, and about the difference between magazines and clips and single shots. It's crazy. Hey, Richard, how you doing? Richard, hey, there you go, dude. Richard, it's good to see you, man. Richard says he'll take a participation trophy. That's right, Richard, you came in fourth today, so congratulations. Darla Joe, that's an award right there. And then Darla Joe says, mass shooters are bad. I'm glad you agree with me. Carolyn says, hello, just came in for my yard work. Woo! Hey, welcome, Carolyn. So they're going to raise the age limit for our military. So Susie, that's a great example. That is one of the great questions that need to be considered in this debate. That's why I love you guys adding to this. Right now, we send men and women as young as 17 years of age to fight for our country. All they have to do is get a waiver signed by their adult, and then 17-year-olds can get in our United States military now. And the funny thing is about that is we had people as young as 13 years of age go to World War II and volunteer to go fight the Axis on the other side. And, what is the age? Because I know that there were many people in my junior high school and in my high school. As a matter of fact, I remember going down the street to a friend of mine's house when I was a kid. And he'd be like, hey, man, I'm going squirrel hunting. He'd just go grab a gun and go in the woods, and he couldn't have been more than 12, right? But the question about military service and the age of drinking, which is 21, which is one of the things that I've disagreed with the entire time, that they changed the law at 21, that you could serve your country at 18, but you couldn't go out and get a drink until you're 21. They're going to do the same thing. So what they're saying is to the men and women that are serving in our country is you are eligible to die for our country, but you're not allowed to take a drink, or you're not allowed to own a firearm of an AR style. I vehemently disagree with the philosophy behind that, especially if you've had training. And that's another thing. They might go, hey, if you have anybody that's under the age of 21, they require this training prior to being full up gun owner or eligible. I don't know what the answers are. I'm just saying that Susie has a point right there. And then Darla Joe says, who actually believes that any legislation would have stopped any of those shootings? Well, there's a lot of people that think that if you get rid of all guns, that no evil will be taking place in the world. And I don't believe that. However, there's a lot of people that are out there that say background checks would have done it. The kid that was in Uvalde was 18 years of age. He would not have been able to get a hold of the AR-style rifles prior to being 18 years of age, because prior to that, you have to have an adult sign for those. The second thing is that if you raise the age to 21, he still would have been able to buy a pistol, which is a semi-automatic weapon. So you have a very valid point, because a semi-automatic pistol at close range is just as good as an AR. That's all I'm saying right there. So I don't believe that it would have made a difference. I don't think that these two laws would have made a difference. I don't think that these two laws that they're talking about would have made any difference at all in any of that. But that's just because of empirical data and of the factual data that I have read and I have seen, that I have looked at over the years. I don't believe that these laws would have stopped any of the shootings that have taken place at any time in the last 20 years. I really don't think that. So then Darla Joe says, Mark Calcter says, just a thought, if we raise the minimum age of someone to buy a gun to 21, shouldn't we minimally are to enlist in the service 21 also? Food for thought. Well, right. So anybody that wants to serve in the military can have their under 21. I don't know, man. That's a tough call. But it goes right along the line of what Susie was saying about, if you can die for your country, how come you can't have a beer, and how come you can't have a firearm? So that's ridiculous. And then Darla Joe says he wouldn't have been able to do it legally. Right. And legally is one of the issues that we're talking about, right? So crazy people and criminals don't do shit legally. I'm just saying they don't do stuff that's legal. So, all right, on to the next topic. So this is the next topic that I have. Pride Month. Let's talk about Pride Month. It is January, February, March, April, May, June. I heard a comedian say one time that it's absolutely disgusting the fact that Pride Month happens in June, what happens to have 30 days, January, February, March, April, May, June, 30 days in June, and Black History Month only gets 27 days in February. What the heck? Who has suffered more? Who deserves? But I digress. The second thing is, listen, I don't know why Pride Month gets a month. I got news for you. I don't think that I'm Irish. We get one day, right? Catholicism gets 2 days. They get Christmas and Easter. And Easter, you're not even off for Easter, right? So there's no federal holiday for Easter. So that means you just get the holiday for Christmas. Why does Pride Month get an entire month? Just saying. That's a rhetorical question. Nobody needs to answer that. But the simple fact of the matter is, uh, uh, Asian Island History Month, Pride Month, Black History Month. How come we're not all on the same page? How come we don't have a nationally recognized day for any group that you want to have that you're going to have? Because if people are taking up entire months, then all of a sudden we only have 12 of those. And then what happens if you overlap months with somebody else? I don't know. So, and I'm trying to be funny there. I'm a horrible comedian. That's why I don't do it for a living. That's why I'm a commentator. However, I would like to show you this video because this is why Pride Month got off to such an incredibly bad start. This right here is a Drag the Kids to Pride family show. It's absolutely crazy. This right here's a kid. This right here's a drag queen. Look at that kid. Look at all the kids that are down there. That is... Come on, man. Come on. Kids, I don't give a damn whether you're straight, gay, bi, trans, drag, whatever. Keep your paws and your attitude away from our children. That's a bar. Children are not supposed to be in a bar. It's not going to lick itself. How appropriate is it to have a sign behind a drag queen with a child there that says it's not going to lick itself? This goes for all of you straight people, all you LGBTQIAs, pluses, minuses, whatever the hell you want. Stay the hell away from children. Damn it. And they got press all over the United States of America. Oh, look what they're doing down there. Isn't that the cutest thing? They brought kids to Pride Month. They brought kids to a drag show where kids can take dollar bills and put it in G-strings and sexualize them. What the fuck are you thinking? Oh, we're just presenting our style. Do it somewhere else. Go to Mardi Gras. Do it down in Mardi Gras. Go up on the Cape. Go all the way out to the end of the Cape at Provincetown, whatever the hell is that at Cape, Massachusetts, at Cape Cod. Go all the way to the end. They got a great town there that is dominated by LGBTQIA people. I go there all the time when I'm in Massachusetts. I love that place. Go to Key West. Go to San Francisco. Go to New Orleans. I grew up in gay bars. Here's the thing. Keep children out of it. God, I can't believe that. They deserve to have as much bad press as possible. I am not saying that you can't live your lifestyle. I'm not saying that you can't identify the way that you identify. I am not saying that you can't be as individualistic as you want to be. But if you want to take and shake your ass in front of a 7-year-old, I've got a problem with that. If you want to say, oh, look at this. This is a sexualization event. This is a sexual event. You need to keep children out of it. I don't want them in straight bars. I don't want them in straight strip clubs. I don't want them in gay strip clubs. I don't want them any of those places. It's inappropriate. It's disrespectful. It is a disease. It's a plague to anybody of any community that thinks that it's okay to bring children. And if you're an adult and you brought your kids to that event, shame on you. The fact that they call drag the kids to pride, drag the kids to pride. No. How about if we don't do that? How about if we let our children grow up to be the way that they want to be? If they are born with a penis and they want to wear high heel shoes, let them wear high heel shoes. If they are born with a vagina and they want to have their hair cut short and they want to get tattoos, they want to join the military, become a carpenter, become a whatever, let that happen too. But you don't need to be influencing the children of today. You need to let them grow up in the society that says we are going to remain as neutral as possible so that you can grow up to be what you want to be. God, you make it so hard for me to support the LGBTQIA plus community. It's almost impossible for me to support those communities, which I have many, many friends in, when you do bullshit like this. And you know what? It doesn't matter whether you're right or whether you're left. That's the 60% of the people in the middle that are saying you should not be taking sex to your children. I have gay friends with children, and guess what? They wouldn't be putting up with this bullshit. Oh my God, it pisses me off. Darla, when I was talking about pride, I'm Scottish. We don't get any days. I want reparations. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Susie says, I totally agree. Yes, sir. Absolutely disgusting. Thanks. We have enough now. It's pornographic, abusive kids. I want people to be, look, man, I'm going to tell you about my family. I don't know the sexual orientation of many members of my family because I don't care that much. I just love them. If they show up with somebody of the same gender, I introduce myself to them and I go, I'll be as nice to them as I will to anybody else. I don't care who's sleeping with anybody. I don't care what race anybody is. I don't care what religion any member of my family. Hell, I don't even know the religion of most of my family members. I don't know the sexual orientation of most of my family members. I can make assumptions, but I've never at one time in my entire life looked at anybody in my family and went, wow, are they gay? Wow, are they trans? Wow, are they straight? Wow, are they bi? It's never even crossed my mind because I don't care. I just want them to be good people. And I want them to make good decisions for themselves and their family. And I want them to love the world. And I want them to take care of the world. And I want them to be raised up in a country that actually respects individual freedoms. So I don't even ask questions like that. On this show, I have to say that, yes, I have gay friends. Yes, I have black friends. Yes, I have trans friends. Yes, I have straight friends. You want to know why? Because that's what the world is now expecting everybody to say. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm the person that cares the least amount about anybody's personal stuff. I want to know a person because of their character. I want to know a person because of the way that they care for other people. I want to know about people and about how much they care about themselves and the world that we live in, and respect and character. All of the stuff that used to be a thing in this country. God, it's ridiculous that we have to say, I have gay friends. I never thought about my friends as being gay. I'm like, Steven, Justin, you guys make a great couple. Oh my God. The most beautiful couple that I know happens to be gay. They're beautiful people, man. I'm just saying, they're inside and out. They got so much character. They got so much love of the country. They're heroes. I have so much respect for them. They got great paying jobs. They're good people. They're always laughing and they're having fun. I wish I was them, but I'm straight. So, all right. So, what's the next thing? Pride Month, drag queen. Oh, and then the last thing about Gay Pride Month. Tampa Bay Rays players opted out of Pride Month in their uniforms. And the reason was because the Tampa Bay Rays said, hey, look here, we got you guys some really, really cool outfits to wear. And they promote Pride Month. And we want you to wear the LGBTQIA plus rainbow on your uniform. We want you to wear it on your hat. We want you to wear it on your sleeves. We want you to wear it on your uniforms. We want to put it on your shoes. We want you to do this. And 5 members of the Tampa Bay Rays said, I prefer not to do that. And then immediately, the response across the country from a small percentage of the people, I'm going to call them the 20% of the crazies on the left that we talk about all the time, started calling them homophobic. And they're like, you don't love trans people. They started taking all of the bad and they started assigning it to these 5 players. And they were saying that they were transphobic. And they were saying that they hated gay people and that they didn't support their friends that were gay. And they didn't support anything about the LGBTQ. And they literally vilified them in the press, on ESPN, on ABC, NBC, CBS, all of the mainstream medias, in the newspapers and all the articles. It came down to how much they were hated. And then here comes the uproar. The uproar came from the other side and it was saying, you need to leave those ball players alone. Simple fact of the matter is they have rights. And the question is, according to contracts, were they required to wear the LGBTQIA plus pride flag for the month, or were they allowed to go ahead and get rid of that and be able to opt out of it? Here's what my opinion is on that. You shouldn't force somebody to dress in something that they don't want to be dressed in. If somebody comes in here and tries to put me in leather booty shorts and leather, what do you call it, suspenders, I'm not wearing it. Well, you don't support Gay Pride Month. No, I support Gay Pride Month. I don't support wearing that bullshit because I don't look good in it. I mean, I probably would look good in it. I mean, could you imagine me with nipple rings and suspenders made of black leather with little studs and little black booty shorts? I would look good. Black and gray hair goes together. Simple fact of the matter is no matter how much I would look good in it or bad, no matter how good or bad I would look at it, I still wouldn't want to wear it. So I immediately started thinking about other circumstances. I happen to be Catholic. If I was a Catholic owner of a ball club and I said, I would like you to wear crosses with Jesus Christ on them, or I support Christianity, or the Knights of Columbus are the best. Could I force other people to wear that if they were my employees? Could I force people to wear the symbol, the Star of David, for the religious group of the Jewish people, or a Buddha symbol? I support Buddha. Can I do that? No. So what is up with this? Because somebody doesn't want to wear something that somebody says that they want them to wear, that all of a sudden now they're haters. They don't have to be haters to not want to wear something. It's like making a cake for something that you don't believe. I would like you to be artistic and I would like you to draw this Christian Catholic cake. Well, I'm an atheist. I don't want to make you a cake for your Christian wedding. I don't understand the symbolism. I don't get it. I don't want to do that. I said that I am a Christian and you are a baker of cakes. You are not allowed to infringe on my rights because the Constitution, the laws of civil rights laws says that you're not allowed to discriminate against me due to my religion. So get to making me a cake. Make me a cake. I'm a Christian. You think that would work in a Muslim cake shop? You think that would work in a Jewish cake shop? Well, it's the same thing about ball players. And it doesn't matter whether this is a religious argument or not. You should not make people wear anything, even as an employee, that disagrees with something that they believe in or that they don't want to support. We talk about this all the time about the arguments about the left and the right and the wrong, or that every single type of issue has to have two sides of it. That means you have to have people for it and people that are against it. It's very rare that you have 100% continuity in the opinion of people on anything other than the fact that mass shootings are something that we don't like. Remember when I said I was going to circle around? This is where I'm circling around. You're going to have a discussion about the Second Amendment, about the age, about the magazine capacity, about mental health, about securing schools. We got to have conversations about the freedom to express yourself and then the freedom to not be badgered into demonstrating or displaying something that you don't believe in. I'm all about freedom. I want people to be as much as they want to, but I'm going to have an opinion about the right to not endorse a product or a philosophy, the right to not have children inside of an environment that I believe is detrimental to children and messes up their brain. Because just like we were talking about guns and 18 or 21 and not having fully developed brains prior to that, we need to take our precious children and we need to protect them from unbelievably bad ideas when they are young. Among those are communism, socialism. Among those are sexual orientation, whether it is straight, gay, bi, trans, pan, asexual. We need to let our children alone and we need to leave people alone. That's all I'm saying is we need to protect the rights of others to be left alone. That's all I got to say about that tonight. So, and then I heard there's going to be the new AFPT uniform. That's funny, Mark. I think that's funny. Steve Hedge says, I think not. I believe that is true. And then my eyes. I heard it's going to be the new Air Force PT uniform. Wear them to the next Loadmaster luncheon. Hey, here's what the deal is. Woo, there we go. Hey, Steve, David Newell, how you doing? And my imagination is running wild and replying to David Newell. I'll leave that to Mickey. All right, there we go. So, hey, that's going to be the show tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for being here. As always, remember to like, share, hit the notification bell. Remember, Mickey in the Middle, Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Central, right here, wherever I am, right there, wherever you. Thank you for your comments. You make the show a lot better, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate y'all being here tonight. So without further ado, I just want to say thank you, everybody. You guys have a great night, and good night, small one. Love you. See ya.